had that debate I did that one time.
Oh, that's what I forgot. We got to talk about that. Okay, wait.
Yeah.
All right. So what? How does this debate get set up? What are you debating? The existence of God?
Yo, you give me a second. I gotta get my mind right before.
Yeah, back up a little. Like you're debating the existence of God with a black communist chick. I don't know what was going on there.
So what happened there was Zen Shapiro, he's on the Crucible, which is a debate channel. He DM'd me. He was like, Mario, you want to debate this atheist chick? Now, I did some debate club stuff in high school. So, I mean, I'd been like 6 years, but I was like, you know what? Hell yeah, I can own that. Yeah, you kidding me? Some atheist? Atheism's dumb. Yeah. Let me debate her. I'm going to show her God. She's going to repent when I'm through with her. So I was so like, I came in just like ego maxing. Like, I just thought like, yeah, I'll just own her. It'll be crazy.
You pulled a Lofton.
Now I go in there. I think I'm just Dunning-Krugered. Like I'm just convinced that like I really know these arguments and that I'll go in and kill it. And I did study for it, but my issue is like when I hit the screen, my brain just shut down.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember anything. I started panicking. I had a legit panic attack. Like my heart started beating. Things started feeling like they were swaying a little bit. I had just extreme stage fright. And I thought that I was never going to get in front of a camera again after that debate. I completely spurred out. I ended up rage quitting.
I remember it was, dude, and the thing is, it's no joke, like the amount of crap you catch online, and to remember that it's not real life is difficult. Like you probably had to like shut everything down for a while, right?
I didn't though. I remember that night I was going fishing with a few friends. A few other guys with big Twitter accounts. I won't dox who they are, but I wish I could. You guys would be impressed. But anyhow, we were going on a fishing trip. And
for anybody that doesn't know what happened, tell them what actually winds up happening.
Okay, so here's what happened. It was there's a black lesbian lady whose name was Beat the Cult, and she was like a hardcore Reddit atheist. And she basically stumped me on just the most basic atheist questions ever of like, if God real, why bad thing happened? She just hit me with that. I panicked, spurred out, didn't know what to do. And then I cuss on live stream, and then I leave the chat. Absolutely humiliating.
You just dipped.
I dipped. Never to be heard from again. It was terrible. And that debate's no longer up on YouTube. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord. But anyhow, and I think there was some sort of there was some reason they couldn't, and it wasn't me. It was some other reason they their channel got bombed or something, and I don't remember what the story was. But anyhow, I fumbled bad. The debate was terrible, but what ended up happening that was pretty funny and actually kind of edifying out of it all was that night I couldn't sleep. I stayed up the entire night, and then I go fishing with friends, and I'm like, I'm not gonna look at Twitter. I fished that whole day. I catch 2 or 3 fish, not many, but it was an okay day. I'm feeling good. I'm eating the fish that we caught. We're kind of feeling cool. And then I make the mistake of looking on Twitter.
Oh no!
And you won't believe who's talking about me. Who posted a video of me?
Oh,
Richard Spencer.
No.
Yeah, you remember Richard Spencer?
Yeah, the freaking KKK guy, the white supremacist
or whatever. He's a hardcore Reddit atheist too, and he posted a video of me, and he was like, "Look at this goofy Christian guy in a floral shirt, thinking he can debate. Look how bad he did." And he was posting it. I saw it. My eyes about flopped out of my head. I can't believe what I'm looking at. Richard Spencer knows who I am. That's kind of cool, but also kind of creepy. And also, what? He's talking about me, and he's calling me stupid. So it was like a total panic. I flipped out. I couldn't believe I saw that. I remember Byzantine Scotus, Gideon Lazar. I don't know if you guys know him.
Yeah, we know Gideon.
Yeah, but he tagged me. He was like, Mario. He was like, Mario, look. And so it was Gideon that showed it to me. I look at it. I was about to freak out. And oh my goodness.
That's why I don't do debates. Okay. So I'll have conversations with anybody. I would even if you ever did want to have a discussion on East and West, I would totally do that. I won't ever do it in debate style. I hate the way they set debates up where it's like, I go 5 minutes, you go 5 minutes.